Welcome to the review into a Bendy and the Ink Machine, available for pretty much everything out there. Should you pick it up? Let's find out. Bendy and the Ink Machine is a survival horror game that takes place in a hand-drawn cartoon world. The player must figure out what's going on inside an old factory while avoiding some crazy monsters and solving puzzles. But unlike most other survival horror games of this nature, you can fight back with a handful of weapons, such as pipes and wrenches, but combat is one-button simplistic and not very good. When you begin Bendy, players will be pulled in by the art design. It is a cool environment to be thrown into that is not usually portrayed in horror games. But after an hour or so, or progressing through a few levels, the once cool environment becomes an eyesore, as it is the only environment in the entire game. An environment that is shrouded in orange and yellow tones without any visual difference between any of the levels in the entire game, which lasts about 4 to 5 hours. Over these hours you will run down the same looking hallways over and over again, solving the game's many fetch quest-like puzzles to open doors and proceed on. The problem with the puzzles are the way they activate objects in the environment for pickup, which are only activated when you reach a specific point in the level. For instance, a chest you might find early on won't be activated for unlock until you reach the door that needs a valve that's in the chest. This leads to a ton of backtracking in a game that is already numbing the player's mind because of the same looking levels, and it's a cheap way to prolong a game. Because of this, the game becomes a chore to complete quest. Fetch this, solve this puzzle, open a door, repeat. One level has you returning 4 or 5 times to the quest giver, only to fetch more objects that you had seen earlier but couldn't pick up yet. And this is how most of Bendy plays out, to the last couple of levels where some boss fights occur and the game becomes a bit more interesting. The survival aspect of Bendy is also lacking. While there are moments you will have to run and hide from monsters, it is not very hard to do so as the AI isn't that fast or smart. A monster can witness you running into a closet to hide, only to turn around and keep searching. Once you figure this out, the world of Bendy begins to unravel and become a little less scary. So Bendy and the Ink Machine gets a 6 out of 10 and a buy later. There's no denying Bendy does have a certain charm to it. The game just doesn't do anything particularly well. Combat is dull, the survival aspects are lacking, and the puzzles and fetch quests are monotonous to say the least. Long load times also add to the tedium. Bendy's charm is still there, it just can't overpower the crap he's put me through to make me want to come back anytime soon. So remember, if you liked the review, be sure to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Till next time, keep on gaming.